efforts to transform Ghana into a prosperous nation. He committed to supporting Dr. Bawumia in the 2024 campaign to break the 8-year election cycle and serve Ghana diligently. He concluded by emphasizing his dedication to service and leadership and invoked blessings for the country.
Ghana, you're taking over cement ball, any iron rods ball, a hard drink. NPP abanya, see Ghana for is supreme. And also on Suntina, Yura Ketiamo, or the Enshabi, and the Beto Parliament, you say. Cement ball near the end said, yeah, a good DNA effort. I said, almost Enshabi bar, a decline. Cement producers now, omo Ghana. Omo tumi sɔre pɛ baako pɛ ɛnka sɛ omo ɛtoto prices ni mu. Ɛno nkyerɛ sɛ aban introduce bibi a yɛfrɛ no price control. But deɛ aban ɛpɛ sɛ ɔyɛ ne sɛ ɔbɛbɔ Ghana fo ho ba. Ɛndɛ wokɔ market wokɔtɔ cement ne bo akɔ so adekyia ne bo akɔ so ɛha adwen. Nti deɛ aban ɛyɛ ne sɛ ɔbɛtoto nneɛma yie sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɛbɛboa. Na wei na ɔde baeɛ no yɛnuanom NDC forecast say ya parliament no eba ne say you see earlier anka under normal circumstances no ye be lay document but bibia ba your friend pre-laying no eboa ma ye nyina e kire ya dwen e wo krata no say de be ya say sense san bi ba yesesa ye gitu mu e ma ye pre-laying no so nipa Oye chairman or Ekonwom eye NDC MP Dr. Dominic Ayeni. In fact, omu hia no dia omu chichiri ye bia no ye raketi amo egitu. Emma Dr. Ayeni di ensem no eto krata so sign e ka said your match or madwin so honorable Katie egitu mu dia any omni problem. Which LIA ilea incorporated their subsidiary legislation for a kind. And the chair said, I do know omu chair woman obia adjatu and a all of a sudden and drop and is supposed to be a binum ekasetia. The omu ye a high it's said Mukraya mose aban enhwe ehiafo ahokyeraba so aban entoto nneoma se de beya ahotobaba na sa aban etoto nneoma sa mukra no so moja ebeye politics na ye de enti ase nti de pese ye ka anope ni se sa hyehyeye na ye nyura ketiamo minister of trade e de aba efa cement eton no ebeboa Ghana fo se de beya enkrofo ensori keke na time bia no na omoto cement ebom into yasemona.
Mr. Speaker, the prison barracks and the headquarters near the Dankwa Circle covers about 26.3 acres of land. Other facilities within the area, the prisons are the prison's interdenominational church, the prison's senior officers' mess, and prison's canteen. Mr. Speaker, the barracks buildings are in a very deplorable state and have remained an issue of concern for prison authorities over the years. Mr. Speaker, we interest you to note that the size of the rooms are very, very small, measuring between 9.5 by 10 feet. Mr. Speaker, most of these junior officers occupy single rooms with their families, and have most of their household items, such as furniture, electrical appliances, and others, being kept on the verandas. Mr. Speaker, in some cases, the families are more than 2, 3, and they sleep in the same 9 by 5 by 10 with their parents. You can imagine the things that, Mr. Speaker, over the years, the prison authorities have been struggling to secure funds to expand and improve upon accommodation at the barracks without success. The service has for the past 20 years received proposals from developers for the development of the headquarters and the barracks in order to address accommodation challenges for the officers, but same has been unsuccessful. This can be attributed to the fact that either developers could not meet the needs of the service or they lost interest along the line. Mr. Speaker, in 2021, Ghana Prison Service received a proposal from a developer for the development of the cantonment's barracks. The proposal met the expectations of the service, under which accommodation ranging between 1-bedroom apartments to 3-bedroom apartments would be provided for 440 officers, as against the current 330 within the barracks. Mr. Speaker, the project will also see the construction of a new headquarters building, and all other existing structures will be redeveloped into modern facilities. Right Honourable Speaker, this proposal has been received and endorsed by the officers as well as the Prison Council Service. Right Honourable Speaker, the Ghana Prison Service land at Roman Ridge currently accommodates 3 prison institutions. That is the Senior Correctional Center, the Prisons Officers Training School, and James Camp Prison. Mr. Speaker, as part of measures to prevent encroachment on the land, the prison administration has since 2006 taken steps to construct a fence wall along the borders of the land. Currently, the entire area is completely fenced. Officers have been deployed to regularly patrol the boundaries to deter potential encroachers. As a result of these measures, there has been no encroachment on the land, except for litigation with 2 individuals who claimed portions of the land and were eventually awarded judgments in their favor on 4th of April 2012 and 31st March 2023, respectively. Speaker, the gentleman in question is a distinguished gentleman, and for the records, when this matter started, he was not working for the Vice President. Mr. Speaker, the fact that somebody is working for a politician does not restrict him or her from pursuing his or her own private business, so that has to be clear. Mr. Speaker, he did say, and he said it's alleged. Mr. Speaker, there isn't anything to substantiate that national security operatives, for that matter, have been assigned, or rather, if you like, approached by the same gentleman to go and demolish. And thirdly, it has not come to my attention that same has been done. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
The rural communities and small towns water system was designed to increase access to safe and reliable water supply in 5 regions of Ghana, namely Ashanti, Eastern, Greater Accra, Volta, and Oti. The project consists of 3 main components comprising point source nanofiltration system. That is 150 filtration systems are to be constructed. The filtration unit will be installed on existing point water systems, that is borehole, which have unacceptable water quality parameter that can be improved using nanofiltration technology. Each nanofilter system will provide safe water to an average population of 600 people. Small town pipe water systems. This component is expected to provide pipe water system for 12 small towns in 4 of the beneficiary regions, namely Ashanti, Eastern, Greater Accra, and Oti. Each system will serve a small town with an average population of 16,000 people. Community engagement, environmental, social health, and safeguard community engagement, and sensitization of key stakeholders will be carried out to build community towards the sustainability of water facilities. Environmental, social, health, and safeguards ensures issues will be integrated in all project activities.
President Akufo-Addo and his cohorts are not just political games. They are existential threats to the very fabric of our nation. It is time to stand up. It is time to speak out. It is time to demand justice. Now, the NDC urgently demands the following actions. 1. An immediate halt of federal Supreme Court appointment. We demand that President Akufo-Addo immediately stop any plans to appoint additional judges to the Supreme Court. This reckless action is not just a political maneuver. It is an outrageous assault on our democracy and a betrayal of public trust. Imagine the anger and disbelief as we watch our judiciary being transformed into a puppet of the executive, eroding the very checks and balances that protect our freedom. 2. Adherence to constitutional processes. We demand that any future appointment to the Supreme Court must strictly follow the constitutional process, including consultation with the Judicial Council. This blatant disregard for established procedures is not only unconstitutional, but also morally reprehensible. It is a slap in the face to every Ghanaian who believes in the rule of law and the sanctity of our democratic institutions. 3. Transparency and accountability. We call for the full disclosure of the criteria and process used for the selection of these judges. This is essential to ensure transparency and accountability. The clandestine and backdoor dealings to appoint royalists represent a disgrace. This hidden agenda fuels public distrust and fosters a culture of corruption and undermines the integrity of our judiciary. 4. Judicial independence. We call on the Chief Justice to uphold the independence of the judiciary by resisting any pressure from the executive to influence judicial appointments. The judiciary is the last bastion of justice, and its independence is sacrosanct. By compromising this independence, the NPP is not just bending the law, they are breaking the very backbone of our democracy. 5. Immediate reversal of the unconstitutional appointment request. We demand that the Chief Justice retract the unconstitutional request to appoint additional judges and ensure future actions strictly align with legal and ethical standards. This brazen overreach into the judicial realm is unforgivable. It is time to reverse these illegal actions and restore faith in our judicial system. 6. Public and civil society engagement. The government must engage with civil society, legal professionals, and the public to discuss and review the process of judicial appointment to restore trust and ensure fairness. The voice of the people must be heard. The current administration's attempt to silence dissent and operate in the shadows represent a direct threat to our democratic principle. 7. Ensuring merit-based appointment. Future judicial appointment must be based on merit, experience, and integrity, rather than political affiliations or loyalties. This is not just about filling seats. It is about ensuring justice for all Ghanaians. The NPP's nepotism and cronyism are creating a judiciary that serves only their interests and not the interests of the people of Ghana. 8. Protection of judicial officers. Safeguards must be established to protect judges from political influence and retribution, ensuring they can perform their duties without fear of repercussions. Our judges must be free to uphold the law without fearing for their careers or their lives. The NPP's tactics of intimidation and coercion must be stopped to preserve the sanctity of our judiciary. Ladies and gentlemen, our beloved nation stands at a precipice. Our democracy, painstakingly built by the sacrifices of our forebears, is under a great threat from those who are sworn to uphold it. The blatant, unconstitutional actions of President Akufo-Addo and Chief Justice Gertrude Kotokonu are not just political maneuvers. They are a direct assault on our judicial independence and the very soul of our democracy. Imagine a Ghana where the judiciary becomes a mere extension of a failed executive, a tool for political retribution rather than justice. This is not the Ghana we pledge to fight for. This is not the Ghana we want to pass down to our children. We cannot and we must not remain silent. Our silence will only embolden those who seek to undermine our democratic institutions. We must rise with one voice, loud and clear, to defend our judiciary, to protect our democracy, and to preserve the integrity of our country. Let every Ghanaian, young and old, men and women from every corner of our land, stand up against the travesty and brazen attempt to hijack the judiciary.
He's humble, and then he treats people well, and he's God-fearing too.
People say he's arrogant.
No. Okay, you see, in this world, you can never be perfect to everyone. Maybe you might see me to be a good person for you, and this person too might see me to be a bad person. So we are not all the same. All I have to say is that for me, voting for what do you call it, John Mahama to come to power, it's like you going back to your vomit as a dog, which will not happen.
So I'm not going to vote for the way that MPP do our country. It's not good. Me there, wallahi, I'm not going to vote for MPP. Take things at. It's not good. The thing costs. That John Mama time. 10 pesos get pure water. Now 50 pesos. If you want to go buy food, now 7 city don't get food. 7 city. Meat kura. If you want to buy meat, wallahi, if you not buy meat 20 city, 20 city will not get meat. Why?
About me any John Mama. One John Mama wa bape. Ina ye ni. Two. Say said we are in it. No turning back. Ye ni man na ye ko. Inti ye ni obi a obeba. Obeka say bia enam we me turn 1 cedi. And never be turn 50 pesos. Inti gba omi o John Mama ye ni man na ye ko. Oh, me pe gba omi so fa be ma na be ya ma ya me pe. Na ofa be ma na se be ya ma ya ye pe. Na mbo obe for ba bia me ya politics o. Bia oba betumi aka se chalk impo ye ni bidie. Anu de ye mpe ne sa.
Oh, mama was na asumje wo. Na asumje wo pa. Ona nam so no bu no okofo. Na say say ame we yi ba so. Onye your first year to Abamano, and they ain't to Abamano. And they ain't a mistake, you know. Since I bread and Ghana, and Titi my bread because we shall economies and number your turn 10 cities. And they are turn 12, 15 cities, 20 cities. In this is I see and say, but my best same.
Evan say, Junana Napo, do Nana Ayoba, and he's the vice president to John Mahama. Mahama have been on president before, and he knows how Oba beats me up Ghana. There was one time I was saying, say, even Ghana being Ghana because let's say a woman to be a president. That's what Ghana has said. Because your leaders, any man, they are very wicked to the sense say, Omunity Mamma Mino. But a man who was Mamma Mine same man. I got Bawyabe will be a vice president, Osaka Ocean Yaka. But I think it was a force. Napo, Yaratono, Sona, Napoana, I didn't Napo, Wafanapo. But to me, Nakasan Party about me, I'm not sure, say, Nakono of Fanapo.
Me and want to mean will be a team. Or Baba Casame Buagana. And so about Nasope, Najin assistant. Or Bedi a son of a cast of Buagana. Or Bedu Super assistant, or Nim Ghana for you. Ya Kragana for your casa young to a baby. Young Casa Baboy, bra, or be unfunny. Honorable Affair Mike, our Winiba. Because on it, dear, only in Bambano, only and Baboy, yet some money. Into your yes, some vice president, and they say, I can maybe say, Honorable Affair Mike, no Baba Sudu, president, I'm mine. Because I want some man, see on your president, no, Yanumpo, or some president, I will Winiba.
Mahama, dear, why ye be? Yahui, dear Papa, they say, oh, why? Mahama, and one about because Bamia, because only the pap, all they say. If I say dollar, they say 90 pesos. Also, onima mabo, wa obasro, wa say oba mabo ni petrol na 14 cedis. Also ni boarding. They say petrol a liter, auto my 14 cedis plus. They say ina na eko. Wa here, one e bo mabo chene nua no.
Ba kwa dan trashipon na mete himeji abo mi wonda me fish aka amenye wose ni mena no kwale ejepo Sunday Court Court 2007 ni 200 acres eti ahun kete Supreme Court ni Supreme Court we moji ake elewoku na chole for family shi na kan woku na gbete land commission ni amale land commission ni register 10,363 acres of rancher lands ni ji Jambia mu shipon ni keje 2016 ame gba wona ame ke police e jiwo ame fe woni bi ani seni ani mene ni modern che e chon e wale aka woni ya o
Express one na je no papa ni wo doni na ji keji okonye mi na sanie kokonye mi na sanie asani kan to be kan to ape kuna hihwa anu ehia ya kwa kemba mlato here na gbawa ekwe kapre no kwa ape obi school fees ko sano kan lawyer kapre no sano kan heni eno ye ha obi ye sano kan wo chone no ke gba ya ke ba ekwe ko we ba ni obe egbomo choye wale isani oba idage sta oba e ba fe na gba ewo sani na eba na yo na ke ba mlato here oba no saja na mo ne si tole do gba lenche
title ni for family bi ya chon se na me ke han land commission bi menegbine court ejue e keshi am title ajie kejejeme ni nofia no na mefe ye jeme ice punch nofia no ka jeje na ka jambi amu be afon jeme no jinyamo ni wonya ne eji ake 7 good years ne ameka obo hia mo je mene front and back one year supreme one year appeal one year supreme one year appeal mene gbine numba jenche ewu enini no ni nkuni yeli ka nukwale yeli ejepo
Tababa one double ship. Don't want to go draw one can draw. And Jafika by Shafi, and you can hear you. And you're going to tell him on it. Yeah, why for an eye? They were telling.
In Ghana, we use another in a sarcastic way. Like probably you're having an argument and then you mention somebody. Not another. And then I hear your name, Kote another. Tell me what inspires the name Kote another and then another added to the name.
Before I come to your question, I would love to make this clarification that their perception to another is never true.
Okay.
This another is something great.
All right.
So let me come back.
All right.
The name itself is self-explanatory, like another tells you that there are some other quotes from my dad. My dad used to like we have quotes from different mothers.
Typical Johnshi people. Yeah.
Yes. So my mom happened to be the last wife of the man, and so every firstborn of Nekwe, is Kote.
Yeah.
So that's the family name.
Right.
So it's like this Kote is another. So let's say it's my biological name. Music is good. It's good in a way, but let's say to the gun singing dialect, the music as in Ghana it's a little bit shaking. Like this.
How is it shaky? What is making it shaky?
We normally do get shows and then appointments and then gigs, and at times, not all the time, but like we get these gigs during festive occasions and then, which is very bad. It's supposed to be all around, whereby we get pub shows, big platforms like Africaco, like Alliance France, shows like this. But the thing is psyched in such a way that we normally get the shows on festive days like the Omowo and then let's say Christmas and then, which is very bad.
Okay, I'm here to come to this very new one, which I think that might probably suit in the context of the bigger shows you are expecting.
Yeah.
But the very regular ones that you do, maybe it is skewed into the locality, skewed into the Gadangbe settings.
Yeah.
Maybe that is why. Have you looked at that to also change from that?
We have that too on board, but like I said, it shouldn't be what they are thinking, because we do other genres too. With the Afrobeat. Me per se, I'm a prolific singer, writer, songwriter. I do rap. I sing, I rap, and I'm a good performer, and I do all genre. I rap. So it shouldn't be that. Maybe that is the high of what we're doing. So we have things on board that we're doing. Just that people normally used to buy this, and so as an entrepreneur, you give it to them what they want. So they love more of this from us, because the other dialect people, these are same music that they use for their aerobics, their jama, their campaigns, their earthworks and stuff. So they don't play other genre of music. These are what they normally use for those functions and stuff. So we basically, this is what they want, so we give it to them.
Yeah, officially, let's say 4 years now.
4 solid years.
Sure, but
wow.
we started. That was since 2016.
All right. So it started with pops, parties,
with rap. With rap, yeah.
Oh, yeah, rap too.
Yeah, it's a change of something. Like things weren't the way it was out then. So the changes in me, in my musical journey. Yeah.
Okay. Who be proud to evolution? What was the journey in the life like, so far as music is concerned, to you, Nikhil?
Okay. And then our production wasn't that heavy than what we have today, and I think the vocals too wasn't like how is it today, and I think everything about the journey wasn't that easy, but now I think it's better than it was. If you really have passion